54, right there. 54, Mike.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Check.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Hey, watch that. Check 154. Let's go, D.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Watch twist. Watch the edge.
Topper.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hit it. Mike, 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, we got to get to the ball. Get it.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Strip that ball.
Now they'll throw it with Palmer. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Look at the spin. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Let's go. 8 lead.
51 to Mike. You remember me?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now back to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Taylor. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A second down run with Lewis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Dick a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Back to throw. Looking deep here for Dion Lewis. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
You better bring it. Recon, 132.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On the toss, here's Johnson. Johnson on poke 3, football's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, Palmer trying to lay one up deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Nelson Aguilar. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? Try to force it to his tight end, Walker, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 21-0 our score after 1. Here's 2nd and 8. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial. Up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And some room to roam now. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Falk. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Falk now, a first down throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Falk now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Falk. Man open left side is Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun on 3rd down. Falk. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So on 4th down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Succop. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down now, it's Johnson. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On third down, Palmer. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Palmer. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards on the play.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Get it.
Throwing again. Palmer. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Go. 50. Plant.
On 1st down, it's Palmer. Johnson's got it complete. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Ready.
Throwing again here, Palmer. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They were looking for Johnson that time. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Lewis here on 1st down, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. Back to throw here. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. His throw incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Got a man right side. It's Sharp.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll try and pick it up with Lewis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Logan Ryan. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Clement, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, look at that, Chuck. A rookie picked the rookie on that play.
How about that? Is that rookie-on-rookie crime? But you know what happens, too. If you're a rookie defender, you tend to adjust to the game a little bit.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Taywan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Lions take over. We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Try to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ty Johnson, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
That long run for a touchdown is a great example of if you get it back to the 2nd level, anything can result, and it's usually something good.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Back to throw now on first down. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
He's strike 3. 2-18-5.
On second down, it's Lewis. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back now at Ford Field. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Back to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Alex Collins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Check 3, check 3. 80 weapon.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready. Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, Palmer. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. Nelson Aguilar. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because...
Oh, wide open, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, 79 yards. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Succop, and that will get them one closer. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Palmer to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run. It's Johnson. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Walker with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll set up a throw. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
1st down, Tennessee.
On the ready.
44, Mike, 44.
Fire.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he locates Walker, complete. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
They'll look to throw here. And this is intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Well, obviously, that is declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the points, and you're going to get the ball back.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. Well, that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you